Hey everyone, Eugene here. Hope you're all well. Today I have for you from Guerlain, this is Mon Guerlain, the new Angelina Jolie perfume, if you will, being the new brand ambassador or the spokesman. Her face is plastered everywhere alongside this perfume. Guerlain has chosen her to, represent the brand now, and a lot of Guerlainophiles aren't too pleased with this, knowing the rich history and tradition of this brand. They didn't really think that Guerlain needed somebody to represent them, especially somebody like Angelina Jolie, who is a superstar, blockbuster Hollywood actress. And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really bother me. I don't lose any sleep over this, but even, just the way this house is heading with the pink juice and the tutti fruitiness of this style of perfumery, Guerlain following market trends now. Kind of a major disappointment inside of the Guerlain social circles, the small online Guerlain community. Outside of the online Guerlain community, I could see this being a massive hit, as Guerlain has spent a fortune signing Angelina Jolie, promoting this fragrance. It's probably one of the biggest promotional offerings that they've ever had in their 180 or 190 year history. It's reported that Angelina Jolie has donated her whole entire salary of this to one of her humanitarian charities, whatever that could be. This is her first promotional or, it's her first signing with any kind of perfume house. She's never really represented anyone before. She says her mom used to use Guerlain powder when she was a child, so she does have some association with Guerlain growing up. Anyway, in the last couple of weeks, I have been able to attend some functions revolving this perfume, 3 in particular. Got to attend the pre-release launch party of this in Toronto. Guerlain Canada hosted it. Thank you to the boutique, the staff that invited me to not only this, but to meet Thierry Wasser a couple times in Toronto. So they did hold a fantastic party here in town, a very secretive party. Weren't able to know about it till, I was invited 3 weeks before the party, but wasn't able to know about the event till the day before or the location and surroundings. They kind of sent out these emails or text messages letting us know where it was. Once we got there, they didn't really want us taking pictures or recording anything. It was really, really secretive. The party itself was fantastic. There was about 600 people there. They had music with DJs. They had bartenders serving alcohol. They had, people serving light snacks. They had entertainment. And just that sort of thing. They played clips of Angelina Jolie, of Thierry Wasser, mostly promotional things. And, at the end of the night, we all did get a 50 ml bottle of Mon Guerlain. Most of the people there, I think, were some sort of representatives of Guerlain, either from, drugstores or department stores, just people pushing their merchandise. Could have been some journalists there or something. I'm not really sure. The boutique staff said they've only invited about 10 or so of their own clients. So it was mainly Guerlain Canada hosting this party. But about 10 days later, Thierry Wasser was here in the boutique. He's the head perfumer of this, of Mon Guerlain, and I got to speak with him for almost 50 minutes, just discussing perfume and the brand itself and where it's headed. Not so much about Angelina Jolie or Mon Guerlain itself. Maybe a little bit. We took some pictures. And I got some autographs. So I got to give a shout out to the staff for inviting me and letting me be part of the festivities. It was fantastic. I had a blast of a time. It's always great seeing Thierry Wasser. When he walked in, he called me out by my name. He said, "Hey, Eugene." And that really took me back, like a master head perfumer of Guerlain, knowing your name. I'm not sure that he actually remembered it from the last time we met, or if Charlotte had told him, Eugene is here next. So and kind of reminded him, but it was a nice feeling. And Terry's a classy guy. He always likes to, he pays a lot of attention to whoever he's talking to, and he always makes them feel good. And I find him just very honest, a perfumer. He doesn't really hide anything. If you ask him some questions about reformulations or just whatever. He's always been really honest and never really deceitful. And in this industry, that's really shady about practices like that. So anyway, about this perfume, like I said, Guerlainophiles are really disappointed with this. It is mass marketed, mass produced, mass released, just mass pushed everywhere. Never has Guerlain spent so much on advertising. And it's not really the way the house has functioned over the last 180 years or so. Their perfume really was good enough to represent itself without any kind of advertising. And just the way that this is following market trends right now is kind of a disappointment, because Guerlain has always been avant-garde and done things on their own without really having to follow other perfume houses. So this does and doesn't smell like several other syrupy, sweet, girly perfumes out there. Specifically Lancome's Belle SV, which is really, really sweet and syrupy and also heavily promoted. But to me, Thierry Wasser claims that this is built off of 4 main natural resourced ingredients, being lavender, jasmine, sandalwood, and vanilla. And when this perfume opens up, when I spray it on, to me it's very fresh. It's very floral, it's warm, it's woody, it's syrupy, it's sweet mostly. Is it a gourmand? Is it foodie? I don't really find it gourmand, like full-on gourmand, but I have to say it does have some gourmand elements. It's kind of like this gourmandish oriental, woody oriental. I'm not really sure what I would classify this. I mean, it does have quite a bit of lavender in it, but I wouldn't call it a fougere by any means. Something that Guerlain was saying, you know, this is a second release, or has been something that's been out for quite some time prior to known as Mon Exclusive, which they kind of pushed as a fougere oriental or something, which I don't really see it being a fougere after all. There is quite a bit of lavender in here, but it's not a very masculine lavender. It is quite feminine. But as far as genres are concerned, woody, I guess I would just call it a gourmand woody oriental, because it does get quite woody and with vanilla and ambers in the dry down. But ultimately, this opens up quite fresh on me. Quite a bit of florals, quite a bit of musk in the opening as well. It's very clean musk, and what it reminds me of is just kind of like sticking your head inside of the freezer and getting that smell of freshness along with those florals. And after a few minutes, you really get a good sense of that lavender opening up on you. Jasmine is listed as a natural resource, and to be honest, I can't pick up any jasmine in here whatsoever. There is a good sense of florals in here, especially lavender and maybe some other things. But like I said, the lavender does have a little bit of that fern, herbal feel to it, but not so much to make it a masculine. Thierry really wanted to promote this as a fragrance to that was inspired by femininity and the woman of today. So he did want to kind of lean this quite feminine. As you can tell by the juice color, it's pink. You know, in the heart of this fragrance, I find it quite syrupy, sweet, almost fructosey, like there's some kind of raspberry cherry fructose thing going on. Almost like if you took a cup and filled it half parts sugar, half parts water, stirred it up and poured in some cherry and some raspberry oils or something, and stirred that up and took a big whiff. It's really, really sugary. For me, it's kind of off-putting because I don't really like that tooth decaying, that sweet aspect of perfumes. But thankfully, that goes away for me. And in the heart, I mean, in the base, in the dry down of this, it just kind of, this is where the only similarities I find that they have with Jicky, comparisons that the Guerlain used to make to this fragrance. Of course, they don't really push that anymore, but I kind of get that warm Jicky, French vanilla ice cream in the dry down, and along with some, it gets kind of powdery, not overbearing like a lot of the other Guerlain fragrances can be, but you will get a little bit of powder, vanilla, obviously with that French vanilla thing going on, and some woodiness. And that's basically what I get. French vanilla, sweet, fresh ice cream base. As far as performance goes on this fragrance, I think it's absolutely fantastic, with which goes in line with all of Guerlain fragrances for me. This really pops off of my skin. It's not cloying at all. It doesn't really suffocate me. It doesn't give me any headaches. I can put on 2 sprays or 8 sprays, and it just really pops and jumps off my skin. It's very aromatic with that lavender. Great projection and sillage. It'll last me all day, a work day, 10, 12 hours I can get with this with, 6 to 8 sprays. And I'm really happy. The blending, it's really well made. There is some synthetic notes in there. Like in the opening, I'll get some, some caramel, maybe some tonka, and that warm smoked toffee note. And, there are a little bit of synthetics in there, but it doesn't really come off as a synthetic perfume at all. It all really feels very natural and well flowing. It is quite complex. It changes on my skin constantly. It doesn't really stay sterile or get flat, but there are times where I'll find it more musky than it is like my preference of woodiness, and I'm not really sure what I can attribute that, but either one day it's quite musky or the other day it's more woody, and I do prefer that woodiness myself. But yeah, like I said, it's really well made with high quality ingredients that goes along with Guerlain's tradition. Versatility, I think it's very versatile, more so for a woman than a man. Like if you're a biker wearing a leather jacket, driving a motorcycle, I wouldn't really recommend this to somebody like that. But for a 17-year-old or 30-year-old woman, girl, or a man that's really comfortable with wearing florals or sweet scented fragrances, by all means, go ahead and try it. Very versatile for the office. Very versatile for nights, for evenings, going out. I think it's great for that situation. It can get quite loud and project really well, and you will get noticed by others. But like I said, there are some comparisons, or this was released earlier as this here is Mon exclusive in the bow tie bottle, and it's been out for about 3 years prior. And Thierry Wasser was just basically saying that during that time, they were just getting feedback from their customers, what they thought about this perfume. It was also a way for them to test their suppliers for natural resources on lavender and jasmine and sandalwood, and to see if their suppliers would be able to keep up with demand. So that's why they had it out. It was kind of like a market test, just to see if what the public thought of it, just to get some feedback. And to me, they're about, like Thierry Wasser confirmed, they're about 90% similar. I find Thierry actually said Mon exclusive was sweeter, but I thought Mon Guerlain was sweeter with that sugary, fructosey note in the middle. But he said he kind of turned down the caramel and the toffee tonka note in the opening, and he that's what he thought made the fragrance less sweet. Other than that, I do find Mon Guerlain just a little bit fresher and sweeter than Mon exclusive. But anyway, they do pay tribute to the brand's history of Jicky here. You can see in the Quadrilobe bottle. This is from 1889, I believe, this perfume. And they've been using these bottles, throughout their history. And here you can see the Quadrilobe bottle. Really beautiful packaging. I love it. I love what Guerlain does with their bottles. They always use some kind of, history or sculptures or just that kind of thing when they create their bottles. They don't really make tacky things or glitchy, ugly things. Just got a really good, unique sense of taste. Anyway, if you are just getting into this fragrance house, which I highly recommend you do try out some things, if you're a younger person just looking to try new things, I would highly recommend. This is Insolence EDP, which is a, I guess a powdery floral. It is quite powdery. It's very strong and floral and ambery and that kind of thing. And here's another one that's been out for several years, a very popular Guerlain. This is Le Petit Robe Noir. It's a fruity, floral, a very sweet fragrance, almost along the lines of Mon Guerlain. You know, a syrupy, cherry, fruity sweetness. A really good fragrance. If you're looking for something a little bit more abstract, a little bit more artsy, a little bit more outdated, but nothing wrong with, I would check out Shalimar. This is the fragrance that the brand really has built its tradition around. Here you have Mitsuko, a very green, earthy fragrance, and my personal favorite, this is L'Or Bleu. It's a powdery floral with some leathers and vanillas, and quite outdated, but doesn't really make a difference for me. You know, I love it nonetheless. But there you have it. This has been my review of Mon Guerlain. I'm sure you'll be seeing and hearing a lot more of this fragrance in the upcoming months. I'm sure, you know, 10 years from now, this is going to be one of those fragrances that is regarded hopefully a lot better than it is today. Just like Le Petit Robe Noir came out, you know, it was really crapped upon by, you know, followers of this brand, but now it's kind of held its place, and it is a little bit more agreeable too. But you know, let me know in the comments below if you've tried Mon Guerlain. What do you think? And you know, I'm a man. This is marketed towards women. I wear it and I love it, and I have no problem with it. So that's all I can really say. You know, wear what you love, and that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.